weekly reading series, TNC on the Air, where we present live perform readings of new works. It's all about the writers. And tonight we have a special night because we're doing a show. Tonight's show is Black and White Cookie, a black and white cookie by Gary Morgenstein and directed by Joan Kane. And I am so excited because Gary and his cast and his crew are sharing their work with us this evening, and they're helping us keep theater alive and running and kicking. And you know what? It's a fun fact here. Black and White Cookie was supposed to premiere at Theater for the New City all the way back in March of last year. But just 1 week before their opening, all theaters closed because of COVID, as you know. So they didn't get to perform. So they are here tonight, and with, I think, some tweaks, maybe some changes. I think Gary did some changes to it. So, I mean, he had a year. So here we are. So I am excited that Ego Actus crew is here, and they're getting to do their work. And they are going to come back in when theaters open, whenever that is. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here tonight. And thank you everybody out there in New York City and beyond and all over the country, wherever you are. Thank you for being here. I hope you and your family and your loved ones are safe and well. That's really important. I'm super excited because it's a new era and we have a new president, new vice president. So I'm a little hyped tonight. And that said, I want to ask everybody a special shout out to donate to small theaters and to donate to Theater for the New City. We've been doing this since March of last year, and I've been asking for donations this whole time, and I'm thankful for everybody who's donated over the year. I mean, 9, 10 months, whatever. I don't know how long it's been, but thank you everybody for your donations. They're really helpful. So just while I'm talking, actually, just head over to theaterforthenewcity.net. There's a little donation button. Just go there right now and donate. Give $1 or 100 grand, whatever, whatever you can spare. So I'm going to tell you about some shows that are coming up, but just pop over to the website and donate. Man, it's really important and really helpful. So, okay, that said, let me tell you about what's happening at Theater for the New City. So this Saturday is another installment of Open Though Shut, and this is our 12th installment of Open Though Shut, and it happens outside of the theater, outside of the garage, where the shop is. The garage doors come open, and they have an outside theater where people can stand on the sidewalk wearing their masks and watch a show. It's from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and it's located on 10th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenues. So we'll see you there. It's really fun and really chill. So we also have a ton of stuff coming up this next few weeks and next month. So next week on January 28th, that's a Thursday, at 7 o'clock, same place, right here, is a new play by Dan Moldovan, and that's titled Pull This Out, or Play About Nerds. So it's a comedy. We need some laughter. And then on February the 11th, TNC on the Air presents Valentine's TLC from TNC. And Lissa Moira, a TNC favorite, is back, and she's directing and curating this piece. And it's, I'm not sure what it is exactly. It's a Valentine's, a cornucopia of performances that illuminate all many aspects of love and theater and music and poetry. So let's do this. Let's watch this on the 11th and fall in love. We all need some love. And then into February, we have our arts and education and our arts and education after school program, and they will have a live performance event. What it is exactly, I don't know. The date, time is not set, but these guys have been doing this online workshop after school for theater, and they're creating things. So they're going to create something new and specific to their work in that class. So that'll be exciting. You definitely got to check that out. And all the information will be on the Theater for the New City website. So just go to theaterforthenewcity.net and you'll find out more there. And what else is happening? Oh, yes. February 28th, we have another play, Dermalogica by Robert Kirkendall, and that will round out TNC's on the air performances for February, and then we're on to March. So again, head over to the website for all the info that we have on the shows. There's an art gallery exhibition you could check out, and then while you're there, join our mailing list. So I'm looking at my phone because I'm getting text messages from the crew, and I just want to. I think they're good. We're all good. The cast is here, so I think we're gonna get this show on the road. But again, donate. I will take you for cake and coffee if you donate $100 or more to a place of my choice. So here we go, you guys. Let's get the show on the road. And now, a black and white cookie written by Gary Morgenstein and directed by Joan Kane.
A Black and White Cookie, a play by Gary Morgenstein, directed by Joan Kane. Act 1, Scene 1, Newsstand, Manhattan, mid-afternoon, 2021. The time is spring. As the lights come up, newsstand owner Harold Wilson grunts thanks as customers buy papers and assorted snacks. A Mets game plays on an old radio on a shelf next to a propped baseball bat. Harold puts up a sign, closing, end of month.
The Cardinals have erupted for 5 runs and lead the Mets 7-1.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
That, your sign right there.
What the hell do you think it means?
That you're closing.
At the end of the month.
And leaving.
They usually go together.
Well, where are you moving the newsstand?
I'm not.
Oh, no, you finally reopened a few months ago. What's going on?
How's that your business?
Of course it's my business. I've been coming here almost every day, excluding the capitalist lockdown for 8 years to buy a sandwich.
And yesterday's Times.
Harold hands Albie the rolled up newspaper and pops a sandwich into the microwave.
Ham and Swiss, lightly warmed, spare the mustard.
Which gives me the right to ask where you're going.
No, it doesn't. Will you move? You're blocking my customers.
You're really leaving? Nice. Then what about me? Where do I go?
There's a newsstand left on East 13th Street.
I live on East 9th, just 2 blocks from here. This is more convenient.
Sorry to mess up your life.
As you should be. I have a routine. A ham and Swiss.
Spare the mustard.
Because I have digestive problems, as you know.
I didn't.
Remember last January, pre-dystopian nightmare, when I was in bed for 2 weeks with acid reflux?
No.
Where'd you think I went?
In my business, people come and go. Most are gone.
I almost was.
Bingo.
Exactly. Then, after my ham and Swiss, I confront the horrors of the world. Do you know why I read the paper a day late?
Because it's free.
Oh, come on, you must have wondered.
No.
Never?
I don't know. Maybe because the news is a little less horrible a day later.
Which is exactly what the ruling capitalist class counts on.
I never would have guessed that.
They hope we'll become desensitized to their atrocities. But when you have 24 hours to see nothing's ever going to change, it's much worse. The pandemics, racism, wars, pollution, they want us to accept their oppression as part of life. But damned if I will.
Maybe if you didn't get so upset, you could eat mustard.
At the price of turning my back? No, sir. You've been my link to humanity for nearly a decade, Harold. Now you're tearing that away, shredding it into little tiny pieces.
So you could always read the news online. Everyone else seems to now.
And get tracked by the NSA?
The microwave goes off. Harold hands Albie his sandwich.
So why are you leaving? You owe me an answer.
Look, mister,
You don't know my name.
I forgot.
Who else has come for 8 years? Every day. Yeah, except for the virus and the acid reflux.
I used to have lots of customers.
Albie Sands.
They shake hands.
Well, Albie Sands. If I tell you what happened, will you promise to leave? My lease is up.
And they're raising the rent. After you survive the shutdown and come back.
Yes.
Shame, shame, shame. Parasitic swine feeding on the carcasses of the city's small businesses. Blood-sucking termites poisoning the working class.
You done.
Never. And?
And what? I can't afford the increase.
What are you doing about it?
Harold points to the sign.
You're letting the fascist dogs drive you out of business?
Seems that way.
After how many years?
Including our time together, almost 30.
And then?
Then what?
Well, how will you spend your remaining years after this cowardly decision to run away?
Who the hell are you calling a coward? I had 2 tours in Vietnam.
And I tried my best to keep you from going. But you still have a gun in your hands.
I wish.
You can fight back, Harold.
I'm retiring, and that's that. I got plans.
Oh?
Yeah, big plans.
Like?
I don't have to tell you.
Because you have none. Never thought of you as selfish.
You don't even know me.
Oh, yes, I do. You wouldn't turn your back on your fellow citizens.
I'm turning my back on you, aren't I?
I mean all your customers.
Those that left will go 4 blocks to another newsstand. Like you. It won't be the end of the world.
It is. You're the lifeblood of this city, driven out by capitalist pig landlords who obey one rule: profits. We can't let them exploit the pandemic on the backs of the workers. Shame, shame, shame! Together we must stand up to the oppressors, Harold.
Together, meaning with you?
Who else? I've battled these bastards my whole life.
You didn't keep me out of Nam, did you?
But I got this trying.
Albie parts his hair to show Harold a scar.
1968 Democratic Convention.
Albie pulls a sock up to show another scar.
1970 protests against the invasion of Cambodia.
Harold stops Albie from lifting his shirt.
Don't worry. I got tons of experience. I was deputy press secretary on Gus Hall's 1972 presidential campaign.
Who?
Gus Hall. You never heard of him? He was head of the Communist Party USA.
There aren't any commies anymore.
Oh, yes, they are. But now they're called Democratic Socialists. Will you join me and fight for your rights?
No.
Yes, you will.
I said no, I won't.
I'll just wait until you change your mind.
Albie sits yoga style and begins reading the Times.
You can't sit there. You drive away my customers.
What do you care? You're closing.
Scene 2. Harold's living room, Jamaica, New York, early evening. Later that night, the room is comfortably furnished with a feel of having been lived in for a long time. There's running noises from elsewhere in the house. Harold's staring bleakly at empty cartons, considering a framed photograph. The door creaks open.
Get out! God damn it!
Carol Wilson, Harold's niece, enters.
It's just me, Uncle Harold.
Oh, I thought it was one of those damn children. Soon they'll be tossing food into my cage.
The realtor said these folks are interested, which is why they're back. Which you wouldn't know since you're hiding.
I'm working.
Carol shakes an empty carton.
You have to throw away something.
I will.
What about tossing all those New York Post front pages?
Never. Those are mementos of every single day I had the newsstand.
There must be thousands.
Just over 9,000. And they're coming with me. Unless you certainly don't have time.
Oh no, I can always sell a car to make space in the garage.
You don't need 2 cars anyway. Unless you change your mind about shipping mine.
Your vintage Ford Torino will be joining you.
Ha ha, good. They don't make cars like that anymore.
No, they don't. Aunt Agnes was so pretty.
Yes, she was. It was her idea to save the New York Post front pages.
Okay.
And she picked out the Ford Torino.
Okay, Uncle Harold, okay. I have some good news.
Let me see, some good news.
I got you a subscription to MLB TV. You'll never miss another Mets game. I thought you'd be happy.
I prefer the radio. Baseball should be seen in person or heard. The only camera angle I need for the ones God gave me.
You don't even go to Mets games anymore, Uncle Harold. Back when you could.
And I will, again. No one's stopping me from going to a baseball game. If I have to, I'll stand outside Citi Field and raise a ruckus.
I'm sure you will.
Or I won't. Damn games are too expensive. Do you know what they charge for a beer? $14.
You don't drink beer, Uncle Harold.
It's the principle. If anyone recalls such a notion, last time I went, this damn youth behind the counter forgot the sauerkraut on my frank. Sauerkraut, please, I said very clearly. Aha. I get back to my seat, unwrap the dog, and what do I find? That's right, nothing. What does it say about the world when sauerkraut on a dog at a baseball game is an afterthought?
I don't see the connection between the beer and the hot dog.
Because you're not a real fan. The scoreboard would have to tell you when to make noise. If you don't know when to cheer at a baseball game, then you shouldn't be allowed in. There ought to be a test before you can buy a ticket. Like the history of your team. Who was the first Met manager in 1962?
That was before my time.
Which means it doesn't count. The world never existed before Carol Wilson was born. Casey Stengel was the first manager. The old professor. Who was the manager in 1969 when we won the World Series? Don't bother guessing because you don't know. Gil Hodges. Point proved. No one knows shit anymore.
You can start a baseball education movement in Clearwater.
Clearwater, where the Phillies train.
I promise we'll drive to Port St. Lucie for Mets games.
for exhibition games.
You can see all the rookies before they become great.
If they become great. Otherwise, they're minor leaguers. Oh, but since that's the big attraction,
You loved Clearwater when you visited.
because I could leave. I didn't have to shop in grocery stores next to damn fools who don't even know who Steady Eddie Crane Pool was.
There are other things to do besides baseball. Maybe you can help in my toy store. I'm actually doing okay. Nothing fights fear like your kid's smile.
What do I know about dolls?
I bet I can find some cool, vintage, baseball themes.
That's a waste of time and money. Children nowadays don't care about the game. Their essence can't fit in a tweet. That's why there's all those damn home runs and strikeouts. HR, tweet. K, tweet.
Carol sits beside Harold.
I understand this is disorienting, Uncle Harold. The house, the newsstand, moving to Clearwater.
Are you saying old Harold's getting easily confused now?
No. You were always ornery. I shouldn't have let you waste your time opening back up.
I don't recall that being your decision, girl. I built my business. I wasn't going to let some damn virus or fool government or hysterical ninnies stop me.
You nearly got sick from all the stress.
But I didn't.
You got a cold.
Oh, please. They were just sniffles. A shot of brandy into a quart of hot and sour soup, and I was ready to motor again. I'm a 67-year-old African American with underlying health issues who should be dead. But I'm not.
You're proud of yourself, aren't you?
Yes, I am. What kept me well was playing Zoom chess with Charles Hinton and gin rummy with Jenny Cobb. They were good friends. I'm glad I went to their funeral when some people in the room said it was too dangerous.
And you were the only one there.
Someone's got to be. You can't show proper respect and love by signing in and out of a meeting. Not for friends like them. Charles and Jimmy, wow, we sure had some good times.
You'll make some new friends in Florida. Let me see if the realtor needs anything. That he got someone interested is amazing. Folks are leaving New York, not trying to buy. And please mail the signed agreement back to the landlord. You need that money. I'll bring some more cartons tomorrow. Hopefully you'll have these sold out.
Carol exits. As Harold returns to his packing, a child squeals outside the door.
Mr. Wilson!
Woo!
Ah!
It's still my damn house.
Scene 3. Harold's newsstand, early afternoon. It's the next day. Albie puts down a shopping bag and rips up the closing side, flinging aside the pieces.
Hey, that's my sign.
Exactly. Was.
Albie takes out a bullhorn from the bag.
Comrades, you're witnessing the start of a rent strike against shameful capitalist greed.
There's no rent strike.
Please tell me you didn't pay the last month.
I obey the law.
The law is for them, not us. Oh, it's a good thing you have me. Together, we will...
There's no rent strike. No sign tearing.
Harold grabs the bullhorn, tossing it aside.
And no bullhorn. I haven't agreed to do anything.
Oh, yes, you did.
And when do you think that happened?
When I left last night, you said, see you tomorrow.
Because you're here every damn day.
Your voice had a different ring, a Three Musketeers jauntiness. Let's smash the system.
I was just glad you finally left. Ha, ha, ha.
Harold reads one of the signs.
Hell no, he won't go?
A twist on the original.
I got it.
Harold examines another sign.
Viva la Revolution?
Another classic.
And Harold reads another sign.
Is that Ho Chi fucking Minh?
With Chairman Mao, an iconic shot.
How old are these?
They're duplicates. Oh, I wish I had my originals. I had a great Hang Nixon poster. I had to throw away a bunch when I moved to 7th Street.
I thought you lived on 9th.
No, 7th.
You said 9th. I have an excellent memory.
At this age?
It's the second thing to go.
Harold returns behind his newsstand. Albie puts up the Viva la Revolución sign. Harold rips it up.
Hey, I spent 2 hours on that.
Same as I spent on mine.
So we're going to be petty?
Uh-huh. What?
Since I went to all this trouble, I think I deserve the courtesy of your attention.
Go ahead.
Thank you. We need to highlight your plight.
Whoa! Plight makes me seem pathetic. I am not some sad veteran who sacrificed for his country. No. I'm also a senior, but I am not that old. I limp when the weather's damn, but I'm not disabled. And don't you even think about making me the Pole African American. I'm sick and tired of all that hyphenated whining.
I don't believe in that either. We're members of the same oppressed class. For all I care, you're a middle-aged Italian-American from New Jersey.
Do I look like a middle-aged Italian-American from New Jersey?
I'm making a point.
Not a very good one. If I don't want to be a Pole African-American, why would I want to be a Pole Italian-American?
Forget about being Italian. And you sure aren't middle-aged.
I was before I met you.
Where's my sandwich?
Coming up. I don't even like New Jersey.
Harold pops the ham and Swiss into the microwave. They stare as the machine beeps 10 seconds. Albie takes a big bite.
I suppose next you're going to be talking about doing that stupid tweeting and stuff.
Please. Did Martin Luther King change America by twittering photos of his dog?
No. He was too damn busy getting attacked by one.
Exactly. Social media's nonsense.
Damn straight.
I don't even have a cellular phone. Tracking.
How you talk to folks?
Like this here in person.
What if I wasn't here in person?
Then you obviously didn't want to talk. I don't have anyone to call anyway.
Got to be someone.
No, there's no one.
Off a moment. Harold handles a few more customers.
Who's the real estate company?
PMP Realty.
Has your lawyer met with them yet?
I don't have one.
That is the first good news I've heard. Attorneys are leeches in tailored suits.
I'm with you. My brother lost his shoe store when a Jewish lawyer bled him dry.
How many times have you met with PMP?
Well, none.
Not once.
Didn't I just say that? They notified me by mail. I was very unhappy.
Oh, my.
Don't you owe me? I wrote a tart letter.
Heavens, no.
I explained I was
Very unhappy.
Yes. I asked them to reconsider their decision given the length of my tenancy. I always paid my rent on time, no matter what. My wife got sick a while back and the bills were off, but I was never late. Not one damn month. Not even during the corona crap when I was closed. As a businessman, I said, I understand if you had to raise the rent a little, but I couldn't afford this kind of hike. They reminded me I have until the end of the month to vacate.
They made no counteroffer, naturally.
Nothing. Just pay the increase.
But you won't.
Because I can't. I even responded by registered mail to show them
Respect,
yes,
though they showed you none.
no.
This person,
J.N. Pham.
J.N. Pham, has treated you like garbage.
Hey, no one treats Harold Wilson like that.
Mr. or Ms. J.N. Pham did, figuring you wouldn't fight back.
Well, I didn't.
Not until now.
Albie picks up the bullhorn.
Good morning, everyone. You've all loved Harold Wilson for nearly 30 years for his warmth and dedication. You thought he'd be trampled, dismembered, and eviscerated by the bloodthirsty greed of the fascist corporate interests. Guess again.
Albie holds up a sign.
Hell no, he won't go. Hell no, he won't go. Hell no, he won't go. Hell no, he won't go.
Scene 4. Harold's living room, early evening. A couple of nights later. Harold's wearing a Mets cap and flipping a ball with a happy air. He goes into a mock pitching windup as Carol enters. Harold freezes.
I know. Dwight Gooden in his prime.
Carol, walking amid the cartons as if on inspection.
This is all you've packed?
I'm going to take care of it. Today. Promise. That's why I'm limbering up.
I spoke to PMP this morning.
PMP? For what?
I wanted to see when their check was coming.
As Harold begins filling a carton.
And they said you never sent the agreement.
How do you know it's not in the mail?
So you did send it?
No. And I don't like you checking up on me.
Clearly I have to. What's going on, Uncle Harold?
Nothing. I'm still negotiating.
Negotiating what?
Better terms. Let them sweat. I accepted too quickly.
They don't have to give you anything. What if they withdraw their offer?
I don't think so.
Harold flips the ball, which Carol snatches away.
Why is that?
Because they're feeling the heat. I'm letting the pot simmer. And then boom!
Are you taking your meds?
This has nothing to do with my high blood pressure or arthritis, cholesterol. Look.
Harold accesses a photo on his cell.
It's blurry.
Putting on his reading glasses, Harold struggles to enlarge the photo. Carol takes the phone, enlarging the picture and shaking her head.
I still can't make it out.
It's a petition, girl.
For what?
To demand my constitutional and moral rights. It's been signed by 86 of my loyal customers and counting. Wait.
Carol stares leadenly as Harold holds up a t-shirt. Hell no, he won't go.
Hell no, he won't go. I'm the he.
I don't understand.
I'm fighting back.
You're not closing the newsstand?
I won't have to. The landlord will cave and keep my rent the same. Hell no, he won't go. Hell no, he won't go.
Uncle
Hell
Harold.
no.
Stop chanting. You
Hell
can't,
no, he won't go.
Uncle
Hell
Harold.
no.
You can't publicly attack PMP.
Why not? Viva la revolution! We're making history, Carol. No one's ever locking me down again.
Who's the we?
The we be me and my campaign manager,
Who be?
Albie Sands. He's a veteran of the Gus Hall presidential campaign. Albie's a real sharp guy. You know how the Jews think. He's got all the bases covered.
You're working with a Jew?
Calm down. Albie's not one of those religious guys with dreads for sideburns.
Have you forgotten what they did to your brother? The lying Jew lawyer pretending to fight the greedy Jew landlord while together they secretly screwed daddy.
My landlord is Asian.
Asians are just Jews with better noses.
Albie's different.
They're all the same.
Some are good.
That's not what you said after daddy died.
I said a lot. I was angry. My brother had just killed himself. Albie's helping me.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
It's a simple question. Why some big Jew activist helping a black newsstand owner?
This is his political comeback.
How long have you known him?
8 years?
You've had a Jew friend for 8 years?
I didn't say he was a friend.
Then what is he?
Look, I don't like you interrogating me.
I'm asking questions you should have asked.
Albie's a customer, but a steady one, who every day
Out of nowhere decides to lend a helping hand.
it was a little abrupt, but he saw that I was closing. He depends on me. I forgot what that was like.
How much are you giving him?
What the hell are you talking about?
You don't think he's after the money.
I never mentioned the 25,000.
Jews can smell money through a steel wall. He wants a share.
No, not Albie.
And what happens if Albie's really different and not one of the smart Jews? What if PMP tells you to go to hell? They were gracious enough to offer you anything.
They just wanted me to go quietly.
So what? You need the money, Uncle Harold.
That's why we're selling my house.
That family's offer was very low. The market stinks. After everything, paying off the 2 mortgages, you'll barely clear a few thousand.
That can't be.
It is.
Sit the hell with them. We'll get a better realtor. I don't care if the whole goddamn city moves to Maine. This is a fine house.
Not anymore.
How dare you insult my home?
Please, Uncle Harold, please. This place has been falling apart for years since Aunt Agnes died.
I just got a little sidetracked. I'll get back to fixing things. I've been too busy packing cartons.
Picking aside a box, Harold grabs a hammer off a shelf, looking around for something to bang. Carol stares.
Are you saying I'm too old to repair my own damn house?
No, damn it. I just don't want to find you with your brain splattered on a wall because some Jew filled your head with nonsense.
Carol exits.
Nonsense. I can fill my own head with nonsense.
Harold grabs a ladder, fussing to open it, then climbs up, nail in mouth, hammer in hand. He angrily swings the hammer, but loses his balance, nearly falling.
Oh.
He's disconsolate. Scene 5, Harold's newsstand, early afternoon. A couple of days later, Mitchell Reed nods diffidently as Albie introduces him to Harold.
Mitchell's dad and me go way back. We were the first commissars of the Free Palestine movement. Forest Hills, 1973.
Dad sends his regards.
Where's Morry now?
Israel.
Still fighting the fight.
No, retired.
A voice like his can't be stilled.
You haven't met my stepmother. Apologies for taking so long to reply. I usually don't open hard mail.
I probably should have just dropped it off. I live on 5th Street.
I thought it was 7th Street.
5th. I know where I live. Anyway, here we are.
Yes.
Mitchell and Harold spend a moment staring. Mitchell goes toward the bat behind the counter.
Cool bat. Can I take a swing?
No,
Why not?
that's for the punks.
Punks? Oh, punks. Got it. Like people who rob you?
No, the ones who tried. Hey, you got any more questions? Being a reporter and all?
I don't usually do this. I keep the Proletariat Awake website open to annoy my stepmother. She's a Republican.
Oh,
Well, so am I.
how's that possible?
Why? Because I'm black?
Because you're smart.
And when I came of voting age, the Democrats had George Wallace and all those kindly segregationists. So I voted for Nixon. Because he didn't want our sacrifices in Nam to be for nothing. What? You commies think both parties suck?
They do. But all pigs aren't equal. I'm very sorry.
Hey, don't you apologize for me. This is a free country.
No, it's not. Actually, Harold sympathizing with fascists makes the story even stronger. Now he's throwing off the chains.
Say what?
Once he realized he's been betrayed by people for whom he's voted for 50 years, 50 years!
It's okay. My father said I should write whatever you want, no matter how much you offend me, since you saved him from being beaten to death by a cop.
Loyalty.
You mean like voting for the same party for 50 years?
Sorry to interrupt, but I don't have a lot of time. I have a meeting at 10. I'm a volunteer in the mayor's office.
That pays well?
It does in politics.
I'll tell you what. Why don't I just write something so all you have to do is put it on the website?
Oh, thank you. I still need a photo.
Albie spends a few moments setting up the shot to the growing annoyance of Harold and Mitchell. Mitchell hurriedly exits. Harold returns behind the newsstand, handling customers.
Good thing I rescued the story.
Yeah, what would I do without you? Hey, I want to approve whatever you're writing. No one puts words in my mouth.
Naturally. Before there's more surprises, anything else you forgot to tell me?
Nothing important.
Let me be the judge of that.
And how do you get to be the judge?
You asked for my help.
I seem to recall you volunteered.
What's the difference?
Because I'm curious why you're so interested in my courageous story of shattering the fascist chains.
Oh, that's good. We're friends.
No, we're not.
I think we are.
You didn't even know I liked Ronald Reagan.
Please.
Or George Bush.
I said,
Or
don't.
friends know these things.
We're becoming friends. Eventually. Why else would I do this?
That was my original question.
I told you before, I fight for the underdog.
That's enough.
It is for me.
Because there's nothing else to be gained.
Like?
I don't know. Money.
You think I'm doing this for money?
Isn't that what you people always want?
Which people?
You people.
Oh, those people.
Albie measures his nose with his index finger, making a hook.
That is so wrong. You should know better. Jews and blacks have been screwed more than anyone else Go anywhere in the world, from the tiniest village to the biggest city, and you'll find someone who hates at least one of us. Fear the blacks. Fear the Jews. Give me a language and I'll give you a fare. We share a bond against oppression. We've marched together, fought together, a special bond. And you say such a thing? Shame, Harold Wilson, shame.
Don't you wag your shame finger at me. I just want to know the truth.
No, that's bigotry.
You calling me a bigot?
Yes, sir, I am. There's a reason why hate's been around so long. It comes in all sizes and shapes and colors.
Albie starts exiting, turns and picks up the bullhorn.
I wasn't even bar mitzvahed.
If you're not a real Jew, then why are you getting so upset?
Albie tosses aside the bullhorn.
Because you think I am, which makes the hate real, like the Nazi blood laws.
There you go again. Always talking about the Holocaust.
There you go again, always talking about slavery. I guess there's a reason we have to keep reminding people.
Albie exits. Upset, Harold fusses with his newsstand.
Shame, shame, shame.
Scene 6. Harold's living room, early evening. Later that night, Harold accepts a Chinese food delivery by the door.
Tell Sammy Ho, thank you.
Harold spreads out the cartons on the kitchen table and turns on the radio, eager to eat.
That shot's deep into the left field seats. And the Mets now trail 11-1.
That damn team will bury me yet.
Harold snaps off the radio and plops on a chair, turning on the TV.
Vladimir Lenin led the Bolsheviks to victory.
Harold changes the channel.
Mao Zedong's army swept across China.
One more channel change.
To life, l'chaim.
Harold switches off the TV and puts on his coat.
Every damn time I get mixed up with white people.
Scene 7. Alley, Manhattan, evening. An hour or so later, Harold searches past a garbage can and sees Albie curled up in a corner. With a weary sigh, Harold shakes Albie awake.
Hey, Conrad.
Who are you?
Richard Nixon. It's me, Harold.
Harold?
Yeah, Harold Wilson of Harold's Newsstand.
How'd you find me?
I asked every old person on 9th, 7th, and 5th Street if they knew where the big mouth commie with the crazy hair lived.
Damn informants.
Are you drunk?
No. I ate at Uzbek Palace on Avenue A.
What? Everyone knows they serve crap. Why would you do something that stupid?
To spite you.
By going to a competitor?
Yes.
And taking the $3.99 right out of my pocket?
That's right. It's just bad Uzbek food, don't worry.
I'm not worried. Guess you forgot to tell me something.
Wouldn't you?
Yes. Is this your regular?
Home? Yeah. The Lower East Side is my hood. Even during the lockdown, I only slept on the F train, West 4th to East Broadway stop and back every night. My grandparents lived here, Harold. Ah, the sights and smells. Ratner's onion rolls to die for. Beagle's Bakery had the best black and white cookies. The schmata salesman on Delancey Street. That has to count for something. Just because I can't afford rent doesn't mean me and my memory should leave.
No, it sure doesn't.
I guess you've never heard of a Jewish homeless person, us being all rich and powerful.
Shit happens to folks in all sizes and shapes, colors and religion.
Lives Albie by elbow.
Come on,
Where are we going?
Havana.
You're just doing this because you feel bad for me.
Well, yeah, a little.
But I couldn't feel bad for your plight as a poor black man.
That's different.
How?
I don't know. Maybe it's not. I can't think clearly when rats are staring at me.
Are you sure about this? Because you're taking one of those people to your house.
I've had those people in my house before.
Like who? That many, huh?
There was Schwartz, the plumber.
Bet he overcharged.
Hell yeah. You know how those damn plumbers are like.
Leading the wobbly Albie out of the alley, Harold suddenly stops.
I got to ask.
No, I'm not vaccinated. That a problem?
No, I was first in line when the Vex came out.
Too bad.
Why?
They add tracking chips to each shot. Oh, they'll deny it, like insisting the pandemic's really over. I know what I'm talking about, Harold. A month ago, I ran short and tried getting into a food kitchen. No way unless you show your COVID clean. But I was hungry, so I got the quick swipe at a clinic. They chip you that way, too. I was electrified. Now I put aluminum foil in my shoes to block the signal. Sometimes under my armpits if the signal's strong. I can set you up.
Don't you bring Reynolds Wrap anywhere near my body.
Okay, if you don't mind the NSA watching you shave.
Scene 8. Harold's living room. Morning. It's the next day. As Harold makes eggs, Albie stumbles in wearing a too large bathrobe.
Morning.
Morning. Sleep well?
I'm used to firmer mattresses, but I managed.
You sounded restless.
Oh no, was I screaming?
Only for an hour or so.
Sorry. It developed subconsciously to keep people from robbing me. Who wants to wake up a crazy person?
By the way, that's my favorite robe.
Oh, yes, it's very comfy. Thank you.
Harold serves the food.
The shower was wonderfully hot.
Just so you know, I pay for water. You were in there quite a while.
It's been a few days since I went to a shelter. Nasty places.
I'm also washing your clothes.
You didn't have to.
Oh, yes, I did.
I never eat breakfast, just coffee, black.
As Harold pours.
With sugar. 3 spoons. Thank you. This is a very nice house. I was too busy throwing up last night to notice.
As Albie wonders.
I'm a little behind on repairs.
I can help. Well, I volunteered as a carpenter one summer in Appalachia, way up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I built outhouses.
I like my toilet just where it is.
Oh, you haven't lived until you've shared a pee with a raccoon at 3 a.m.
Save the stories until I get back.
I can stay?
Where else you going to go?
Excuse me, but the entire Lower East Side is mine by birthright.
I know, Shamata heaven. For now, just rest up. I have a new invention called television.
I've had a TV, Harold.
This one's got color. Here's the remote for the cable.
I can figure it out.
Your clothes are in the dryer.
That's the machine with the round window. I've lived in real homes, Harold. Like a big sucker in Scarsdale with a hot maid and impossible parents.
Sorry.
I understand. Thanks for trusting me.
Food's in the fridge. That's the big rectangular machine which hums.
Harold exits. Albie struggles to use the remote. He gives up.
It's all propaganda anyway.
Albie looks at the wall and moves the ladder over to fix something. There's a sense of time passing into mid-afternoon. Wearing a black painter's hat, the bathrobe splattered with paste, Albie's applying paste with a brush when Carol enters.
Hello?
Hi,
Albie,
Who are you?
I'm the handyman.
In a bathrobe.
It's less confining.
Albie demonstrates the ease with which he can work.
Will you get down?
Albie climbs down.
The wallpaper should hold now. I hate when things peel. You must be Carol.
And you must be Albie, the commie Jew.
Actually, that's an oxymoron since communism outlawed religion.
What are you doing here?
Albie gestures around the room with the brush.
Isn't it obvious?
To me. But you've done a good job fooling my uncle.
I never fooled anyone in my life.
Bullshit. I know what you're up to.
Then tell me, I'd like to know.
You're after the $25,000.
The
The
25...
25 grand the landlord's giving Harold as a buyout.
Those duplicitous fascist bastards.
What?
It's a typical capitalist trick. I'm not surprised.
You guessed there'd be some.
Always.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
No, it's a bribe so Harold won't go public about them stealing his business.
They offered that to him before you became involved with your hell no, he won't go chance.
That doesn't matter. Their corruption is timeless.
And you wouldn't take any of it?
Money, money, money. That's all you people ever talk about. I already told Harold I don't care about any fucking money.
Well, my uncle cares.
Not anymore. Harold's fighting for his principles.
Rich white folks have time to fight for principles. The rest of us have to eat. If Uncle Harold doesn't get the money, he's left with 2 mortgages on a house falling apart and no money in the bank. No job, no pension, no nothing. At his age, what's he supposed to do?
I was just trying to help.
Since when do Jews care about helping anyone but themselves? That's how so few of you have so much.
Albie lifts his arms in the oversized bathrobe. Again, Carol's unsettled.
You all still have this.
Yes, we do. Guess I should go.
That'd be best.
Albie
I could-
examines the stained bathrobe.
I could clean this.
I'll do it.
Albie slowly takes off the bathrobe, which he hands to Carol. Albie's in oversized boxer shorts and a too large t-shirt. Albie starts pulling off the t-shirt.
What are you doing?
It's Harold's t-shirt.
Leave it.
As Albie tugs at his boxer shorts,
For God's sakes, leave that too.
Albie exits to get his clothes. Carol's agitated. Albie returns dressed.
Sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Harold's a very nice man. I like him very much. Tell Harold that, please.
Albie exits. Carol's in the throes of sudden guilt. Scene 9, Harold's living room, evening. A few hours later, shaking his umbrella, Harold enters with a grocery bag, surprised to find Carol waiting in a chair.
What's up?
Nothing. Who are you looking for?
Realtor and noisy children.
Nope. No showings tonight.
Harold edges around the room.
Just thought I'd check in to see how you're doing.
Fine. Just fine.
Carol examines some of the groceries.
Since when do you like ham and Swiss?
You don't know every little thing I eat.
Harold suddenly notices the ladder out.
I see you're finally doing some repairs.
As promised.
Which ones?
Um, I don't remember. I did them first thing this morning.
Carol flings the bathrobe at him.
This jog your memory?
Harold examines the bathrobe.
I knew he'd ruin it.
Harold exits to search the apartment, and Harold returns.
Where's Albie?
All that matters is he left.
Thanks to you.
That's right, Uncle Harold. I'm trying to take care of you.
Are you now? Well, take care of yourself first. Find some nice girl and settle down and get the hell out of my goddamn business. Now, where'd my friend go?
Probably back to his Park Avenue penthouse.
Park Avenue? Did you see how he was dressed?
He's clearly eccentric.
No. Albie's homeless.
What? Oh, come on.
Albie's the only goddamn Jewish homeless person in New York. Maybe America. The world. He can barely keep food down. Screams all night, and you threw him into the rain.
Uncle Harold.
Harold holds up a hand, cutting her off. Harold exits. Scene 10, alley, evening. An hour later. Over the sound of rain, Harold holds an umbrella, stepping carefully down the alley.
This is absolutely the last time I'm coming here.
Harold stops at the sleeping Albie. Harold puts his coat over Albie, who, coughing flu-like, moves away.
Help! I'm being kidnapped!
What the?
Help!
Hey, leave him alone.
My friends will protect me.
I'm asking $1 million ransom.
You need help, mister?
Can't trust anyone.
Oh, I apologize for Carol. She was way out of line.
That's okay. You're lucky to have someone who cares so much.
Then what the hell do you think I'm doing here?
I don't know. Aren't you afraid I'll steal your buyout money?
I can't imagine what you'd spend it on.
You still should have told me.
Yes, I should have. But I was embarrassed that they offered it and that I had to take it because I had no choice. Till now.
25,000's a lot of money to turn down.
More than either of us have ever seen.
Well, I almost got a couple of million when I was 21. I know. But I was disinherited by my father when I became co-commissar of the Free Palestine movement. He sat Shiva. You know what that is? It's a Jewish ceremony for someone who dies.
Sounds like my great uncle Nathaniel. He said I was a damn fool for going to Nam and fighting for the grandsons of slave owners. Call me Rebel Hal. What a prick.
Like dear Dad.
We're way more damaged by our crazy ass families than anything anyone in a white hood ever did to us. More bad Urbeck food?
No, chronic sinusitis. I've had it so long, Joe Biden wasn't even in politics. That's the truth, Harold. I'd swear if I believed in God.
Okay, let's get out this rain.
No.
What do you mean, no? You're not coming back?
No.
You're just going to lay there shivering in an alley? When I'm offering you clean sheets, meals, indoor plumbing.
I'm not prepared to pay your price.
I'm not charging.
I'm talking about what people expect when you try to behave like them.
You mean like normal?
Which I was never good at. I just can't handle pressure. After a while, you end up paying your own price. This is This is just easier.
You figured fighting for me would be different.
Yeah, but sooner or later I would have screwed up. Your niece did us both a favor.
What about Gus Hall?
We got crushed by Richard Nixon.
Harold lifts Albie's hair,
Chicago?
touches the other side.
Forest Hills.
That was a long time ago.
At this age, everything's a long time ago.
I haven't been a real activist since the 1980s nuclear freeze movement. I felt so old marching in the BLM protests. Proud, but ancient. I don't think I can do this anymore.
Now, come on. We already lost the first thing to go. Sex. Though I'm hoping it'll come back someday. And the second, memory. You gonna let us lose the third?
What's that, hearing?
Faith.
How can you believe in someone who sleeps in an alley?
Isn't that the definition of faith? When it makes no goddamn sense except the feeling in your gut? Come on. Let's go home.
Tossing, Albie slowly struggles to his feet. Harold tugs the coat around Albie, and they head off. Suddenly, Albie awkwardly hugs Harold around the waist. A brief, embarrassed intimacy, and then they separate.
Except you are never using my bathrobe again.
What's the size? I'm a medium.
Scene 11, Harold's living room, evening. An hour or so later, Harold watches with concern as Harold and the coughing Albie enter.
Nice to see you again.
My God, he's sick.
Chronic sinusitis.
From Joe Biden's early days.
He could have COVID.
He said he doesn't.
And you believe him?
Yes, I do.
Has he been vaccinated?
Chips.
What?
They watch him shave. Will you relax? He's probably immune.
Yeah, because I'm a Jew and we invented the disease so we can make money selling the vaccine?
No, fool. Because you're E.T.
At least make him go to a clinic for the instant test.
No way.
Stop worrying, Carol.
There have been cases of people still getting infected.
It's rare. You'll be fine.
Damn it, you stubborn old goat. I'm worried about you. God. All those months frantic, helpless, stuck 1,000 miles away, watching you sniffling on Zoom. Afraid that the next time I sent a link, you wouldn't show up because you were running around New York proving you're indestructible. I'm not going to lose you, Uncle Harold. Not now. Not after all the shit we've been through.
So you want me to throw Albie out again because he doesn't have the magic certificate. You know what I'm talking about. The magic certificate that says you're okay. How many times have they demanded that of us? Because of who we are.
That's no comparison.
The hell it isn't. Being different is being different. And fear's fear, no matter the disease. They can give us a stack of magic certificates a mile high and we'll still not be okay, honey. Not me, not you, not Albie. And it doesn't have a damn thing to do with us getting a damn vaccine. There's no morning in America until the sun comes up and it's still awful dark outside.
Get into bed.
You don't have to.
I said get your sorry ass into bed. Now.
I'd listen if I was her, if I was you.
Albie exits. Carol searches the kitchen cupboards.
What are you looking for?
Something for Albie to eat?
What's wrong with my food?
Nothing.
Carol opens the refrigerator.
Nothing if you're a goat. An old goat? Why are there 3 rolls of aluminum foil in the freezer? Where's the takeout menus?
On top of the fridge where they're always been.
Carol searches through the menus.
They're all from Chinese places.
What else do I need? You get protein, vegetables.
You have high blood pressure. Soy sauce is a killer. You have high cholesterol. Fried foods are a killer. Jesus Christ, Uncle Harold.
Carol takes out her cell.
Which place are you calling?
I don't know. Peking Kitchen.
Now, why would you do that?
Because you have the fucking menu, Uncle Harold.
That doesn't mean anything. You never throw away a Chinese menu. There's a lot of turnover in that business, especially lately. In case one goes under, you're always prepared. Use Hong Kong #1.
Carol searches the menus.
It's there with the red lettering.
They all have red lettering. Hello, I'd like to order for delivery.
Ask for Sammy Ho.
What? Sorry, what?
Ask for Sammy Ho. He's always takes care of me. Talk or they'll hang up. They're very busy on Thursdays.
Can I please speak to Sammy?
I said Sammy Ho. There's also Sammy Shin.
Hi, Sammy Ho. This is Howard Wilson's niece. Yes, he is. I'd like a quart of egg drop soup.
The hot and sour is much better.
Shut up. Can I also get absolutely plain white meat chicken? Thank you. He is. Some steamed broccoli and 3 mushu vegetables with brown rice.
I prefer General Chow's chicken.
Carol tosses the money on the table.
I don't need money.
You do now that you've blown 25 grand.
Carol heads toward the bedroom.
Do you have any masks left?
Nope. Burn them all.
Carol grumbles into the bedroom. Harold waits until the door closes before making a furtive call.
Sammy Ho, it's Harold. Could you add a couple of egg rolls to my order?
Off yelling from the bedroom, Carol storms back in and pours herself a hefty shot of bourbon.
What's wrong?
Where to begin? He wouldn't let me take his temperature. Then he spit out the flu medicine. Chips, chips, chips.
Albie stumbles in, wearing oversized pajamas.
Those are my favorite pajamas.
Yes, they're very comfy, thank you.
I thought you were going to sleep.
I can sense when people are talking about me. It's a terrible gift. As a child, my parents would sit in the living room whispering, "Is he really our child? What will we do with him?" Never mind. I don't have time. We're at a critical stage of Operation Harold.
Name for Morry.
How's that going?
Albie's got me an interview with a commie website. You done with my answers yet?
Yeah,
I'd love to read them. Please?
they're in my briefcase.
The Food Town bag.
Carol pulls out a half-crumpled piece of paper and reads.
What's it say?
This is very good. It actually sounds just like Uncle Harold.
Harold reads over her shoulder.
I'm the guardian of the working class right to know. Huh. Now, that I like.
Very insightful comments. But no mention of Uncle Harold being black.
Why would I? We all get screwed.
You could have used code.
Carol, let it go.
No, I want to hear. What code?
It's also called a microaggression, or the way you liberals patronize people of color, always suggesting we need your help. Some way, somehow, because we're not quite good enough to do it on our own, except for when we're throwing a ball.
He's not a liberal. He's a goddamn Marxist-Leninist.
They have codes too.
Doesn't everyone?
Harold hooks his index finger in the nose gesture. Albie joins Harold and they fist bump their hooked fingers.
Your code.
Yeah.
One interview on one website won't put pressure on the landlord.
I know. Got any ideas?
Have you done an email blast?
Email. The man's afraid to take Theraflu.
I'll ask the publicist for my store to pull a New York press list.
No publicists. Those are the same immoral people who are part of the same corrupt system, just changing sides.
What if I send everything from my email?
Okay. Our manifesto of global equality is in my overnight bag.
The Foot Locker bag.
Albie pours himself a drink.
You shouldn't be drinking.
Let him. It will help Albie sleep. Then we can take his temperature.
Scene 12. J.N. Pham's office. Mid-morning. A week later, in jackets and ties, Albie and Harold sit nervously.
Damn impolite. We've been waiting over.
Albie shushes Harold and points overhead, gesturing they're being watched. J.N. Pham enters with a businesslike air.
Good morning, gentlemen.
As Pham settles at her desk, Harold preens in the company of a pretty woman, adjusting his tie and fussing with his hair.
Calm down. The first thing isn't coming back.
Faith.
I am sorry to keep you waiting.
No problem. Oh, I'm sure you're very busy.
Like evicting decent working class people.
Not so far today, but it's still early.
Shame!
As Harold nudges Albie to be quiet,
Shame.
another nudge. Albie makes a grotesque facial mime of shame.
Thank you for seeing us, Miss Pham.
My pleasure.
Your pleasure indeed. You're finally feeling the heat.
From where?
The public outcry.
I do not care about such things. I am a landlord.
Oh, she doesn't care.
Why the surprise? You did call me a scabrous capitalist parasite to the New York Daily News.
Aren't you?
Sometimes.
That was probably a little out of line.
It was not.
Let's put that behind us. We're here to see if you'll reconsider your last offer.
You mean raising an egregiously undervalued property to market value?
Yes,
No.
you're still going through with this?
Yes.
Despite the throngs of outraged workers who erupt into violent protests that'll shake this city to the core?
Yes.
Then why'd you meet us? Did you really think I'd renew the lease?
No, you cannot afford to. And after COVID, I cannot afford to raise the price. We lost millions in rent and legal fees.
Oh, poor baby. Need a few bucks.
I do not expect your understanding, Mr. Sands, but sympathy has nothing to do with reality. Actually, it often gets in the way. Once I have vanquished a foe, Mr. Wilson, I extend a courtesy of meeting.
Say what? You vanquished me?
Obviously.
No one vanquishes me, lady. I was a goddamn Marine. Kane Valley, 1970. All night, the gooks picked off my friends one by one. I heard the shots, the screams, the moans, then nothing. Me alone bleeding in the damn rain and mud and my shit and piss and prayers. When the chopper came the next morning, there was only 5 of us left from our company. But we marched off like Marines. You vanquished me?
For which you won the Bronze Star, Sergeant.
How the hell you know that?
I like to know about my foes. You went to a demonstration in Washington in 1973 to give back your medal. There's a photo of you alongside other decorated veterans.
You went to an anti-war protest?
I was angry at everyone. I wish I hadn't thrown away my medal. I dishonored my friends. Just because we lost didn't mean our sacrifice was any less.
No, it was not. My family opposed the communists. Both my uncles were politicians who were killed by the Viet Cong.
Oh, shit. You're Vietnamese.
No, was. I'm an American now. My parents somehow escaped in 1969 before Ho Chi Minh could finish them off. We all have our stories about coming to this country.
1894. Thank you, Tsar Alexander III.
1761. Courtesy of a lot of white folks with whips. Sorry I offended you, Miss Pham.
Not at all. History should teach, not offend. You're a spirited man, Mr. Wilson. Both of you are. I value the wisdom of the elderly. What if I increase the rent by only 20%?
I still can't afford that. How about 10%?
5.
7.5.
Sorry, I cannot afford to lose money. Stockholders don't understand sentiment.
Even if a scabrous parasite do?
I thank you both for coming, and I wish you both well.
Just wait until tomorrow.
I am sure you have planned a very energetic response on your final day, and I would expect nothing less.
Scene 13. Harold's newsstand, late morning. The next day, with lights still down, a crowd chant of, "The whole world is watching, the whole world is watching," is followed by
Shame, shame, shame.
a scuffle, then
We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
Scene 14. Harold's living room, early afternoon. A few hours later, Harold, wearing a United States Marine Corps baseball hat, and Albie, wearing his black painter's cap and a hammer and sickle t-shirt and carrying a shopping bag, enter somberly. Albie limps slightly.
How'd it go?
Just wonderful.
The swelling's gone down a little.
What happened?
He tied his ankle to a goddamn microwave table.
It was symbolic.
Of what? 30 years of ham and Swiss sandwiches?
Then why'd the fascist thugs drag me to their detention van?
They did no such thing. These were very nice Dominican gentlemen.
From a right-wing front company called We Haul Everything.
Who you spit at,
After they threw me down,
trying to cut you loose from the goddamn microwave table.
Albie hobbles back and forth, modeling his limp.
Everything's gone?
Oh no.
Albie pulls out a handful of sandwiches.
That's it?
Albie holds up the leg of a table.
we shall
Do
overcome.
not sing that anymore.
Harold moodily sits on a chair. Carol rubs his shoulder.
Was this all worth it?
Yes, we struck another blow against the ruling elite.
Do you mind? I'm asking my uncle.
Harold pours himself a bourbon.
Dignity, pride, justice.
Will you make him shut up?
Good luck with that. Oh, heck of a legacy for life's work. 3 sandwiches and a table leg.
The doorbell rings. Harold opens the door.
Mr. Harold Wilson?
Yes.
Harold signs, frowning at the envelope.
Who's it from?
Pham.
Really?
Heat, heat.
Harold nudges Albie away so he can read the note.
So?
She said, "Good fight, Sergeant Wilson."
That's it?
And a check.
For the 25,000.
Yes.
We should burn the filthy money and send back the ashes.
He's right. This is charity.
Charity? Have I ever taken a damn cent from anyone?
And you're not about to start.
Carol goes to take the check, but Harold yanks it away.
You're accepting it?
I don't know.
Pham's paying you off, Harold.
Why? I'm already gone.
You didn't want the money the first time. Why now?
Albie and Carol wait, but Harold doesn't answer.
We aren't that bad off.
It's not about the money. Look, this is on Pham's personal account, not the company.
So what? She's soothing her conscience for screwing the poor old black man.
Typical liberal shit.
Stereotypes and slogans. Slogans and stereotypes. That's all we got anymore. This isn't from Pham, the bad landlord. It's just her doing a decent thing as a decent person. I know. What a notion. Well, who the hell are you not to believe her? Who am I? Who is anyone to question her right to be nice as a fellow human being? It's got to stop. Beginning right here.
Harold puts the check in his pocket. A moment.
We shall overcome someday.
I can make the deposit on my way to the airport, if you like.
Harold gives Carol the check.
Where's your newsstand going to be?
There's a spot on Jamaica Avenue. Just begging for me.
You still visiting me in Clearwater?
You still buying the Franks?
With all the sauerkraut you want.
Carol shoots Albie an uncertain look.
Don't worry, I hate Florida.
See? Told you he was a different kind of Jew.
Love you.
I know, honey.
Put ice on that ankle.
Yes, doctor.
Carol exits.
I love this idea of another newsstand.
Harold and Albie bang together their hooked fingers.
I've also got some ideas.
Course you do.
You've done the same thing for 30 years. Time to step into the future.
Thank you, George Jetson.
The whole concept of a newsstand is old-fashioned.
Oh, really?
Yes, as the regal guardian of the working class's right to know,
Don't suck up.
you need to give the people more. Ready?
No.
Political commentary.
Political commentary. You mean like those damn fools on TV?
No, because I know what I'm talking about. Who else? Each day, I'll reveal the truth behind one top story. Domestic issues, foreign policy, name it. Citizens will know that if they want the real story, they'll come to, what's the name?
Same as always. Harold's Newsstand.
Da, 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 da. We'll work on that. This will be a huge draw.
No doubt with you spewing left-wing nonsense.
What better place than at a newsstand along with all the other nonsense? Great idea, right?
I'll think about it.
Excellent.
Thinking doesn't mean doing.
Naturally. I have another thought.
Don't you have wallpaper to paste?
Tons. It's about the food.
Just hold on.
The crowds will get hungry.
What's wrong with my ham and Swiss? You've eaten 1,000 of them.
Because you had nothing else.
There was bologna and American for a while.
Did I ever order it?
No.
Did anyone?
What do you have in mind, Miss Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez?
Scene 15, Harold's newsstand, early morning. 2 weeks later, in his Mets cap, Harold greets customers beneath a big sign. Grand opening, Harold's newsstand. A Mets game plays on the radio in the background.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Albie puts up a sign. Political commentary by Albie.
We have 3 kinds of ham and Swiss sandwiches.
Into the
Welcome,
bullhorn,
comrades.
Harold turns up the radio.
We go to the last of the third at Citi Field. The Mets leading 3-1.
In yesterday's New York Times, the mouthpiece of the ruling elites,
With the top of the lineup coming up.
a system which props up fake progressive values.
On a beautiful day for a ball game.
Hello, I am Laura Varela. I read the stage directions. Please give a virtual round of applause to Julie T. Pham as J.N. Pham, Chris Collins-Pisano as voiceovers and Mitchell Reed, Roslyn Seale as Carol Wilson, Morry Schorr as Albie Sands, and Mansoor Najee-ullah as Harold Wilson. And we'd also like to welcome playwright Gary Morgenstein and director Joan Kane.
Hey guys, thank you. That was great. Thank you. Congratulations. That was amazing. And hey, listen, everybody out there, if you missed tonight or you want to share tonight's performance with other people, there's going to be another performance coming up of a Black and White Cookie. That's on Sunday, January the 24th at 3 p.m. So let your friends know. All you have to do is head over to egoactus.com. It's EGOACTUS.com and register, and they will send you a link from there. So again, it's on Sunday, January the 24th at 3 p.m. Is that right? 3 p.m. Yes? Yes. Yes. So we will see you guys outside at the theater in person with your masks on for Open Those Shut. And then we'll see you again next Thursday, January 28th for Pull This Out, or a play about nerds by Dan Moldovan. All right, guys, thank you so much, and let's keep theater alive. Cheers. Cheers. And donate to your small theaters.